And now we are happy to be joined by a special guest. You can hear his lovely voice every Thursday at 10 p.m. on FX's hit animated comedy Archer. Please welcome the man behind everybody's favorite mad scientist, Lucky Yates. Lucky, thanks for joining us.
Shalom. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Other than being excited, as we are as well, that the Cowboys lost last week, how you doing?
God. So excited. Those jerks. I'm from Detroit, and so, Detroit really got screwed over, and it was the refs that screwed up, right?
Correct.
But, it didn't do, not that Detroit was really doing all that great, but it would have put us in a position where we could have kicked a field goal if our normally shitty field goal kicker, is that all right to curse?
Yeah, oh, yeah, you're fine.
Okay. If our normally shitty field goal kicker, actually scores, because most of the season he has not been. Anyway, so I was glad. I was really thinking the Cowboys were going to get their dicks pounded into the dirt by Green Bay, because it's Green Bay. But Rodgers, I don't know. Are you guys football guys at all? Am I losing listeners left and right?
Yeah. We actually just finished up a couple weeks ago. My friend of mine and I, we do a fantasy football podcast on the network. So, and Ben's we're from the Philadelphia area, so we hate the Cowboys. But Ben's a Panthers fan.
That's the other thing is so many on Twitter. So granted, it wasn't that many. It was just a few of them, but just like the rabid responses I was getting from Cowboys fans, and it was just like, guys. Nobody fucking likes the Cowboys. Nobody. There's a fucking everything that's wrong in the country could be summed up with the Dallas Cowboys. Just horrible.
That is very true. Well, let's talk a little bit about your show, the show you're on, Archer. Sixth season just started a couple weeks ago. Now, for the few who left who haven't given Archer a shot for some reason, tell us a little bit about it. And your character, the voice that you do, Dr.
Well, for those of you who don't know, Archer, it's an animated comedy about a spy agency, a fictitious spy agency that used to be called ISIS, but unfortunately the American media got a hold of that name and turned it into something horrible.
Of course.
Because, the rest of the world calls them ISIL. We're the only one that calls it ISIS. Fuck you, media! Anyway, getting back to the show. It's an animated comedy about a spy agency, but it's really a workplace comedy and about the relationships of the spies and various employees of the agency. And it's Sterling Archer is the world's greatest secret agent, and Lana Kane is his on-again, off-again love, and she is probably the second best agent there is. And I play the Q, essentially what would be the Q, if you're a James Bond head, the guy in the lab who makes crazy weapons and shit like that. And he's a real lunatic. He's a mad scientist. He makes clones, and he is a clone himself. He's a genetic clone of Adolf Hitler, which is inspired by the movie Boys from Brazil.
No, I never saw that one. That movie.
Oh, classic. Gregory Peck and Laurence Olivier. Good stuff. That's the whole. That's what Krieger. It's about clones of Hitler. Somebody is one person's hunting them down. It's great. Great.
It's very and I'll freely admit. I know Adam had said in the intro, people who had never given Archer a shot. I will freely admit I was one of those people. It's been on my list to check out. And then we got the press screeners, and I started watching, and I'm going all the way back to season 1, man, because I'm hooked.
Yeah, man, because you started watching in season 6, and Jesus Christ. The great thing about it is it's serialized, right? The things that happen stay in the universe.
Yeah.
Everything has consequences. So things that happened in the very first season, are still around in season 6. And we're going strong. So there's really the characters that you watched with the season 6 shows are so different from where they used to be. Right? It's great. It's really, really great.
I think one of the things I love about it is I was always a big fan growing up of the television show Get Smart, and it's kind of similar in ways, except if Get Smart was like PG-13.
Well, and Get Smart, he was bungling. He wasn't good at anything, and that was sort of the big joke. Was that 86 is a completely bungling agent who somehow always triumphs and gets the bad guy. Whereas Archer is an amazing secret agent that works for a shitty spy agency run by his mother. And it's shitty because of the dysfunction of the employees that are really a family.
Yeah.
It's really great. So it is. It's if you love James Bond or any, secret agency, anything, you'll love it.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan now. I'm going to go all the way back to season 1 and check it out. And
yeah, you should. You'll love it. You'll love watching, and also just the look of the show. As the thing became more and more popular, of course, the budget kept going up. But that aside, it started with a very small group of people drawing the show to now Floyd County Productions has, I don't know, well over 100 employees, 125, 150 employees, like big, giant studio full of young animators from everywhere in the country that have moved to work in the studio. It's really great.
Yeah.
And Krieger didn't even
the look of the show, the look of the show has evolved throughout too. Like the season 6 stuff, they're using a new program called Toon Boom. I don't know the difference between it all. But it's allowing us to, like, the fights and the action and stuff is even more amazing than it always has been.
Yeah, it's been a few years since I watched season 1, but didn't Krieger not even talk initially?
First few episodes, they didn't even talk, And, Adam, that's what he was thinking, is that there would just be this silent creep that was around doing weird things. And then I guess, by the 3rd or 4th episode, he realized, it'll be funnier if we send this guy to a dinner party with them and make him say the things we're all worried about him doing. So, it was great. If anybody threw this show in front of me and said you can play any character you want, just pick one, I would pick Krieger in a heartbeat. Absolutely. I love that guy. Love getting to play it. I'm so fortunate.
I know Adam shares this with me too, and it's something I've always wanted to do is kind of do something in the voiceover aspect of entertainment. And I know every project handles it a little differently. I know some of them, first off, Archer has a lot of great voice talent. There's, yourself, Aisha Tyler, Chris Parnell, who was from SNL, Jessica Walter, who I recognized right away from Arrested Development.
Right.
Does the cast all record together, or are you guys in separate rooms? You guys do it separately?
Completely separately. Go into the booth alone. I'll see Amber at recordings because, they schedule us right after the other. Mm-hmm. So, we'll tag team. I work with Amber every weekend anyway. We're in an improv group together called Dad's Garage. And it's more than an improv group. It's a giant theater, actually. We completely separate. Some of the cast is in L.A., some of the cast is in New York. 3 of us are here in Atlanta. That's where Amber and I live. And this is where the show is made, too. That's why there's that little Made in Georgia stamp at the end of every show. It's made right in the middle of Atlanta.
Well, the writing has to be fantastic then. Because it is fantastic, but the scripting...
It's all Adam Reed, man. It's all Adam Reed. Yeah, and that's the other thing, too, is we don't really improvise. The only time anybody ever does any improv is when there's big group reactions to things, and the script will just say the group reacts to this.
Yeah.
And then that's when you just, say your, Krieger exclamations. But other than that, unless a joke really is falling flat out loud, because it happens, things look amazing on the page, and then out loud they're just you can't sell it. So you start bouncing around things there. But that's really it. Every word is from Adam's mind to the page. It's great. Yeah,
it works so well with everybody being in different places. It all fits so well together that it's amazing.
Well, and the cast, we did a live tour last year, the show called Archer Live, which is hilarious. It was literally us going out and fucking around on stage for 90 minutes. Like, it was so, we showed some clips, but it was us screwing around. It was great. It was a lot of fun. But we adore one another. We're all super close and good friends. And, there's no ego or anything within the entire group. And so we love seeing each other. I'm going to Pasadena this weekend. We have our TCAs this weekend. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see all my pals from the show,
Yeah.
We'll knock around for a couple of days and have a blast, and then it'll be over.
For anyone who's unfamiliar with the show, by the way, when he says Adam, he's not talking about me. He's talking about Adam Reed, who basically does a little bit of everything on the show: directs, writes, produces, voices Ray.
Oh, I thought this was Adam Reed. It's not Adam Reed.
You wouldn't have done the interview if you didn't know that, right?
Like, no, I just thought I was talking to Bell. I'm like, Jesus, Adam, why do you ask me all these weird questions?
You know these things. Well, I mean, like you mentioned, the show's going strong. Season 6 already renewed for Season 7. Season 5 switched things up a little bit with Vice. Yeah. And I really liked it. I really thought it was cool. I know some people were a little unsure at first.
I wish we kept going. I wish right now we were either running the San Marcos and we were a little government, or that we were just running a taco restaurant somewhere.
I was going to say, because now in Season 6, it seems like we're somewhat back to normalcy, if that's even a possibility on Archer.
Right.
So is it safe to say you think Season 5 turned out really well?
Oh, I think every season becomes my favorite season once it's done, and I absolutely love Season 5. I mean, we took giant risks. One of the characters became a country music star, and we recorded an album, and, it was so much fun, and just so much fun to, it was a breath of fresh air for everybody to be, having our characters dealing with other things than the norm, other than spy stuff and going and infiltrating whatever. Suddenly, we were in the middle of this, oh my God, we're selling drugs, and we got to watch our backs because there's cartels coming out. It was just great. We became big victims and, targets and all kinds of stuff. It was a really great season. Just fantastic. Again, big, like, characters taking big. You just started watching, and then you're going to go to Season 5, or Season 1, but in Season 5, Pam, who is a big old heavy gal, is a little teeny tiny because she gets hooked on coke. So, for a season, one of the characters looks completely different.
Well, yeah, because that was the thing, too, because when we got the press screeners, they sent us Season 5 as well, so I started in some of the couple episodes at the end of Season 5 into Season 6, and it was like a completely different different thing.
Yeah, but now she's back to normal.
Yeah.
And I hated Skinny Pam, just because I was like, Pam's not right. Pam needs to be bigger than life, man. Skinny Pam doesn't work for me. I didn't like her. But, I love that the character was going through it, but I was like, man, you're bad. I want you normal again. Let's get Pam some help, guys.
And like you said, with the show being a serial, the jokes not only recur within episodes, but within seasons. And that's what's so great about it. But I mean, and one of the big question marks at the end of Season 5 is Krieger a clone or the real Krieger? Can you shed any light as to when we'll find that out this season?
You know what? I don't know. Adam Reed, not Adam Reed, the writer and creator of the show,
ask you if I knew.
and I are the only two that actually know which creator we have. Not even the executive producers know. There's only two of us that know. And it hasn't come to light yet. We've got 2 more episodes to record, the big season finale. It's, usually a 2-parter, so it'll be like one long, gigantic episode with a cliffhanger. So, I'm interested to see what happens. Is it going to come out? A lot of big stuff happens this season as well. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys kept us waiting until the final season, whenever that may be.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, another
or,
good
or
part.
it might be just a thing that just goes away. You know what I mean?
They just totally ignore it.
You know, that happens in shows all the time too. You're just like, yeah, we're tired of playing with this.
It's like a
let's
question.
talk about it again.
It's like a question from Lost. It just never gets answered.
Yeah. Oh God.
Right? Yeah. It's just like, yeah, don't worry about that.
Or it's like in Friends, where his son just disappeared from the show after season 2 or whatever it was.
Right. Yeah.
But another great part about the show is not only the voices that you guys do, but some of the great guests that you guys have been able to get. I mean, Christian Slater, Burt Reynolds, Ron Perlman, even Kenny Loggins with all the Danger Zone references. Can you reveal, or do you know any other guests that we might run into this coming season? I know upcoming episode 3 has a guest star.
I know Kumail Nanjiani plays a character this year. Rob Hubble. Or Hubel, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his last name.
I think it's Hubel. Yeah.
The man. Hubel is playing a character. There's good comedians. With John and Eugene and Kristen Shaw, and we like using our stand-up buddies to play characters on the show. That guy. Rodney, who used to, again, once upon a time ran the weapons library and all the ammunition. He was in charge of all the shit. Is now living on a boat. But he was just a stand-up comedian we saw warm up for Eugene one time and loved him. So they put him on the show.
That's awesome. Well, you had mentioned, and we both have mentioned with all the recurring jokes and everything like that, there's also plenty of pop culture references. I know this past episode 2, had at least 2 or 3 that I picked up on. I'm sure there's more that I missed. I know there's a Star Wars reference, a Terminator reference.
Yep.
Are you a really big pop culture junkie yourself?
Yeah, sure. I love it. I'm a big nerd, man. I'm a total geek.
You fit in well.
Star Wars head. Star Wars and Batman is like... you come into my apartment, that's all that's around.
Oh, these next 2... I was going to say, these next 2 years must be... you must be looking forward to them now with the new Star Wars and Batman.
I was the original... I was 10 years old when the original Star Wars came out. I mean, I am the guy that it was, a religious experience. Never seen anything like it. Holy shit, what fun. And so my entire life, I've just been a huge nerd about it. So, yeah. I think it's an absolute the right hand. Of course, everybody knows the prequel sucked. And the best thing Lucas could have done was, hand over the reins. I really admire that guy. As much as people shit talk him, he finally was just like, you know what? Everybody always gets so mad at me when I do anything with this thing. I'm just going to sell it off, do good shit with the money, and because he doesn't need it, and let the people who care so deeply about it handle it for a while, because it's our mythology now, and I'm a big mythology nerd too. It's unfortunately like things like Twilight have worked their way in, but who knows if that'll last. Harry Potter will last. Things like that are the modern day myths of these characters doing extraordinary things and overcoming. So it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Did you? I don't know if you saw this. We talked about it last week on our show, but did you see the trailer for the new Star Wars? But it's like a fan-made George Lucas director's cut where they add all these like crazy things to it to make it absolutely ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Where there's just like so many stormtroopers everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like yeah. Dewbacks, like stormtroopers on Dewbacks. Just adding all the
TIE fighters.
bells and whistles. Yeah, hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
And I agree, too. I think it's in really good hands with J.J. Abrams. I think he's going to do a fantastic job.
Well, and he's the thing. He grew up. He's around the same age as I am. He grew up absolutely loving it, and he's a great filmmaker. I really do love those Star Trek movies.
I do too.
Shit on those a lot too. But I think to reinvigorate a franchise, that was the way to do it. For the old nerds pitching a fit, that other show still exists. That reality is a part of this reality, and Spock coming over, just took care of everything for everybody, and still made it fun and cool. I will see those movies until they really start sucking.
Yeah. Well, we almost got there with the original prequel trilogy in Star Wars.
Man, yeah, he did not. He do himself. Yeah, he essentially ruined so many things. You know, it's just things
Like my
that don't need
childhood.
answers. You know what I mean? You don't need to know where C-3PO originally came from. Like, we don't need to know. We don't need.
He almost did what Michael Bay did to Transformers. It just ruined it.
Well, he just made his universe, which was so gigantic. He just folded it in on itself too much. You know what I mean? It was like everything was connected all of a sudden. It was, that doesn't. Come on, man. Leave some mystery.
Well, going back to Archer for a minute, I know it took a couple.
All pop culture. Yeah, you asked me a pop culture question.
Believe me, Adam and I could talk pop culture with you all night. It's just, that's one of the things that we're both huge fans of as well.
Yeah, we told us next we'd talk to you about Archer, though.
What are you currently? Oh yeah, I mean, we can talk about Archer all day. But what are you currently nerding about?
I'm a big,
stuff,
a lot of the Marvel stuff. I'm really anticipating Ant-Man after seeing the trailer.
Yeah, Judy Greer is in Ant-Man. She plays, she's Scott's ex-wife.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I know the character too. So
in the trailer, you see Judy's hair in her hand.
Yeah.
The kid's laying in bed. I'm like, oh, there's Judy's little red hair. Look at her go. But that also was shot in Atlanta. They were down here. So
there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff shot in Atlanta because I know.
It's become the Hollywood of the South. I mean, there really are. It's becoming an issue out in Hollywood. Like crews and everything are moving here. It's a lot cheaper. People are super friendly here, but they're also not so gaga starstruck. Like, there's been no weird mobs or anything, around shoots and stuff like that. It's just everybody just lets them go and lets them do their thing. And, the stars will show up in weird little dive bars and stuff, and everybody loves that they're there and celebrates them, but doesn't become a madhouse of weirdness.
Yeah, because one of the other shows I geek out about too is shot down there. That's The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, totally. Even though they're shooting in LA one now, they're going to start a new series.
Yeah, the spinoff I know is going to be shot out in LA.
Yeah.
Did you see the new Age of Ultron trailer?
Yeah, I just saw it yesterday with the Hulk and Stark and the Hulkbuster. Which was really great.
Just the fact that you knew it was Hulkbuster just proves. Just the fact that you knew it was Hulkbuster proves that you are a pop culture junkie.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, come on. Jesus. It's just great. That's another one. Joss Whedon is so perfect.
Yeah.
To handle that property, those properties, and all that kind of stuff. And I was really, going back to Ant-Man, I was really, really bummed out when
Edgar Wright dropped. I was too.
And I'm sure it was because they were trying to get it into this Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he wanted, he's been thinking about this movie for so long, he wanted to do his movie, and just, so I was really like, it's just never going to be as good. So it kind of, was shitty about it, but it looks amazing. I'm really, I mean, Paul Rudd, you can't really go wrong with that guy.
Yeah, I was sold when Paul Rudd was cast as as Ant-Man, and I was really bummed too when Edgar Wright dropped, just because I'm such a huge fan of his films. From the Shaun of the Dead and that trilogy to Scott Pilgrim, and
Pilgrim is so perfect, save for Scott Pilgrim. It really breaks my heart, man. And I don't shit on Michael Cera. I think that's one talented and hilarious dude, but he's a very certain thing, you've got to get that guy. And I've read all the Scott Pilgrims. I'm a huge fan of that series. And Scott Pilgrim's a punk, man. He's not kind of a gouty wuss like Michael Cera.
Like a mousy, yeah.
Again, it's just a little like timid, And Scott Pilgrim's not timid at all. He's just stupid. He's a punk and dumb. He makes dumb choices, like all young men. He was so perfect, and the rest of the film is so amazing.
Yeah. That was one of those films that I saw the trailer for, and I was very interested, but I didn't know what to expect. And when I saw the movie, I absolutely loved it.
on paper, Sarah fit the bill. He's Canadian. He's, the same age. He was, I had a look that could be converted, but he just, as soon as he starts talking, it's like, God, that's not the guy that I read in the comic book.
Yeah.
And the whole rest of the universe is.
Yeah.
But Edgar Wright is a genius, man. Fucking genius.
Yeah. All right. And I guess we should we should try and shift blades, get back to some other stuff.
Yeah, sure.
But,
We'll have to have you on. We'll have to have you on sometime just to literally talk pop culture for like a half hour.
Oh yeah, anytime, man. Let me know. I could talk about this shit all day.
Yeah, definitely we could. Maybe like closer towards like when Age of Ultron comes out, we'll get you back on.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that for a bit.
Great.
But I know it took a couple seasons in Archer, but you got your name listed in the credits finally.
Yeah. Good season.
Yeah, and you're listed as Lucky Yates, but Lucky I know is really just a nickname, isn't it?
Well, it's not a nickname. It's in the Screen Actors Guild in the union, there can't be two people with the same name because they're protecting residuals. They don't want the checks going to the wrong guy and all that kind of stuff. And so my name's Matt, and I went to go get my union card, and they were like, "Great, you can't be Matt anymore because there is already a Matthew Yates for the card." And I was like, "Can't I just be Matt?" And they were like, "Nope, you got to come up with something else." Dude, I was so close to becoming sheriff. You have no idea. Just because I thought it would be hilarious that when I walked in the room, it would be like, "Hey, sheriff." I don't know. And the SAG chick was really into it, too. She was like, "I think that's brilliant. There's not another one of those, I can tell you." But then I called my folks and was like, "Hey, man, I got to come up with another name. And I got nothing but sheriff." And, go through the family record books, see if there's anything that I can use that, I can adopt all of a sudden. And they called back and, giving me a list of just regular common names like John and Stephen and shit, and I'm not just going to suddenly become John. Hello, John? What? No, I'm Matt. What? But my father, who's silent for a good 20 minutes till we go through all these names, just finally opens his yab and says, "What about Lucky?" And I went, "Lucky Yates. That's perfect. That's my name. That's exactly it." And they laughed, and I was like, "Keep laughing, but that's what I'm doing."
Yeah.
Good job. And I got the extra added bonus of my dad naming me. So, and I was living in L.A. at the time. I had gone out there for a year just to check it out. And out there, man, as soon as you do that, it's such a common thing. Everybody immediately switched over. Everybody. Whoop. People that had known me for years and years as Matt were just like, "Hello, Lucky."
So now everybody calls you Lucky. You don't go by Matt anymore?
Yeah, even my folks. My dad has just started to think. I became Lucky Yates in 1999. That's when Matt Yates died.
Well, he's still out there somewhere, according to the Screen Actors Guild.
He was killed by a jealous lover. Anyway, since 99, and he's only now swallowed his pride. And he's the one that named me. They call me Lucky. But it's worked out very well. It's a good name, man. It's a really good name, and I love it. I love it more than my original name. I should just have it changed, but so much paperwork. Oy.
Yeah, Sheriff really would have been great. I just keep thinking about that.
Sheriff Yates. Dumb. It's so dumb. It would have made me laugh every time.
But
I'm sure I would have regretted it. I've never once regretted Lucky. I'm sure I would have. And I have a dog. His name is Abe. And so when we're together and we meet, like, other dog owners love to meet other dogs.
Yeah.
And if it gets as far as names, man, it throws them for a loop. The dog is named Abe, and I'm named Lucky. And they're just like, what?
Well, you had mentioned earlier that you and Amber Nash do some improv, and just an observation: you and Amber Nash are the only two in the opening credits who don't use that little bouncing dot, bullet, whatever it is, in your actual name. Everybody else has like an I or a J or something that uses it, and you two are the
yeah. Yeah, I never noticed that before. Well, it's all new. I'm just
now you won't
take
stop.
my eyeballs off my name. Actually,
now you won't stop.
I like watching Krieger chase it. Krieger chases it, which I think is fun.
Yeah, That is pretty cool. Yeah, once I noticed it, I couldn't stop. It was like when you see the arrow in the FedEx, it just doesn't go away after that.
Yeah. The A to Z at the
Yeah. Well, but yeah, like you said, you guys have been doing improv. How long have you personally done improv?
I started back in 1997. That's when I joined Dad's Garage, and it was the summer I tried improv for the first time, and then they just started tossing me out on stage. And
back in the Matt Yates days.
Amber wasn't that far behind. It was somewhere in 2000 or something like that Amber jumped in.
Do they let you do any improv on Archer at all?
No, like I said earlier, there's never any real reason to. That's what the group reacts to.
Okay. Did you ever think of maybe, with Whose Line Is It Anyway coming back, and Aisha Tyler, one of your co-stars, being the host of Whose Line?
We know those guys, because of Aisha, and Colin Mockery comes and plays with us a lot, actually. And, right on. Keep going, guys. I don't need to be on. I'm already on TV. You know what I mean? I don't need to be on TV. Bro, that's fine. I like doing it in front of an audience.
Yeah.
Would I guest on that show? Absolutely. But start a letter writing campaign. I'm happy. This is all I've ever wanted. So I'm good.
I know you've been doing the convention circuits now too with Archer and the cast.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been doing the conventions with Archer since it's been on?
I did a ton of them last year, and it's just pretty much Amber and I. But we go and we'll do an improv show, and we're more than happy to do it. We live here in Atlanta, and we're not always in a movie or on television or something like that, so we have the time. But, as soon as any of us get busy or whatever, that'll probably nip at least the show thing in the bud. But doing the cons was great, man. I love it. I love going.
What did you think your first time going?
The smaller cons are a riot.
Yeah. What did you think your first time going? Because I know they can be a little crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, no, dude. Dragon Con is here in Atlanta. And I've been going to that since I've lived here. And so, I've seen the con from the nerd point of view 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And then just suddenly found myself on the other end of it, so.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Cool.
Because I know exactly what the dudes on the other side of the table are going through. So, I'm like, Amber and I are the most approachable people on the planet. Because we're not like, well, whatever. We play these characters, but we don't feel like we're big deals, just like, we're happy to be here.
Yeah. Were you going to the conventions a lot before you started doing Archer then, knowing for what it's like from the other side?
I was just Dragon Con because it was here. My goal, my dream was always to get to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And finally that started happening. Like I said, I've hit everything I've wanted. Popular cartoon character, check. Playing mad scientist, check. Panel at Comic-Con, check. Okay. What do I do now? There's a talking doll of Krieger, okay, yes, I'm gonna go to mechanic school.
Yeah, we got to do our first con this year. We went to Philly, Wizard World Comic Con, and I gotta tell you, it was not ever being to one. I wasn't exactly sure what to expect, and obviously, we said you're a big pop culture junkie as well. The costumes there are both all over the place, and some of them are really detailed and very
dude, the
really
work
good.
That people put into their costumes is mind-boggling. And most of those people, they work full-time jobs and have lives and shit like that, but they also build these unbelievable costumes. It's like, Jesus, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. And Dragon Con is a huge costume con. It's big fan base, things like the San Diego Comic-Con are it's like a trade show that the public is invited to, because there's so much, TV and film and all that kind of shit.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas Dragon Con, it's fans just coming and hanging out with each other, and then there are panels with, goofballs. All the stars panels are nothing like, at Comic-Con or anything like that. They're not so giant and structured and everything. It's super loose. So if people flock to it, and they go much more insane costume-wise, because that's really what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's fans celebrating fanhood.
We should try and We should try at some point to see if we can get you and Amber up here for Philly Comic Con, because that would just be.
Love it. I love it. Love Philadelphia. Love it. Love it. Love it. I love how we did an Archer Live there once, and it was like our third or fourth show. It's very early thing, and we opened the show with a gag that. So I went out and I would do like 10 minutes of just warming up the crowd and get everybody explaining the show, and then I would introduce all of the rest of the cast one by one. And then when we finally introduced John, he was backstage on a microphone, and every city we were in, we tried to hire, we never succeeded. We tried to hire an actor that kind of looked like Archer, and we made him wear like the black turtleneck, and he was to come out and just mouth the words while John was backstage talking, so it looked like Sterling Archer was there. And really brilliant, and people loved it. But in Philly, we got food like immediately, and it was great because like me and Amber and Aisha, all the stand-ups and stuff like that, and comedians, live theater comedians knew, oh, this is fucking brilliant. They hate it, but they love hating it. Everybody else, including our executive producer, who's also, once he came out on the stage, took over the running of the show. It threw him, man. He thought he hated us and was just like, he was a nervous wreck the rest of the show because he's just like, oh my God, they're doing this. This is not going well. This is a disaster. This is a disaster. We made a horrible mistake. But none of that was true. It was silly. It was greatest.
That's great. Yeah, we'd love to get you up here sometime. We'd love to meet you in person.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, I love it.
I know we're getting close to the end of the interview, but I wanted to bring up the fact that I saw on, looking back into some of the stuff that you've done. I know Good Eats hasn't made any new episodes in a couple years.
I know. That show is long in the grave.
Yeah.
But man, that was fun. That was fun. I love doing that show. I'd love to work with Alton again, but now he's super duper busy. He's hosting every other show on the Food Network and does all his game shows, and he's writing for magazines and all that kind of stuff. He's a busy man. I wouldn't be surprised if he just moved out to LA at some point to make it easier. I haven't seen him at all last year, and he and I are buddies.
Yeah.
We'll at least get together, and have lunch here and there or something just to catch up. And we always stay in touch, email-wise and stuff like that. He's been I barely even heard from him last year because he's just so busy. And he did a tour. I did some puppet stuff. We filmed some puppet stuff for his tour. He did that all last year and a little bit this year, too. So, busy guy.
You think you'd still be doing some episodes if they were still making new ones?
If they were still doing them, I would absolutely do them. We shot them here in Atlanta, and they were a blast, man. We had so much fun to do that show. So much fun.
Yeah. All right, well, we're definitely, like I said, I'm hooked on Archer now. It's converted me. I'm definitely a fan now. I'm going to go back and rewatch them all. And it's funny now because with the press screeners that we have, not only can I get caught up, but I can now actually get ahead of everybody else.
The thing is, too, it's a smart show, and that's what, there's a lot of dick jokes and a lot of shit jokes, but ultimately, it's a super, super smart show. And that's what really hooks people, I think. It's not just another dumb, action comedy full of fart jokes. It's really, really smart.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely is. I mean, it had me, and it's just some of the little jokes are the ones that got me laughing the most. It's it's absolutely.
There isn't an episode that goes by that I'm usually not Googling something to figure out what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, I actually had to do that.
A lot of jokes run deep, man, and you're just like, I don't even know what that means. Oh my God, look at how brilliant that joke is. It's great. It's great for you to have to work for the punchline somehow.
Yeah. Well, Archer airs on Thursdays on FX, 10 p.m., and we definitely want to get everybody who hasn't checked it out already to go ahead and check it out, because I'm telling you, you're going to love it.
Netflix.
Yeah,
no reason to not watch it if it's on the Netflix.
Yeah, seasons 1 through 4, I know, as of right now, are up on Netflix.
And season 5's on the DVD Blu-rays, so it'll be on Netflix soon. Yeah.
Definitely. Your Twitter handle, @Lucky Yates, so we want to encourage everybody to go there, follow you as well.
If both Y's are involved, L-U-C-K-Y, Y-A-T-E-S. And actually write Krieger's Twitter feed, too. If you want to follow Krieger,
Oh, Krieger has his own
on
Twitter feed.
It's at Krieger Signals, and it's Krieger, Krieger Signals.
You tweet for that too, don't you?
Yeah, I'm the one that writes the tweets. And Amber writes Pam Pooby's tweets. And Pam is at Pam's Gossip Train. And that's all coming out of Amber Nash. So that's sort of where we get to improvise and cook up little lives for our characters outside of the show when we're writing Twitter. Because Pam has an amazing life. Krieger runs a lot of things down in the sewers. It's a lot of fun. And, we have to turn everything in. Everything has to be approved. So it's all part of the world, of the canon, I guess.
Of the Archer universe.
Well, now at NXT Level Radio follows all of those.
Awesome.
Well,
Amber C. Nash. Amber is Amber C. Nash. She's funny.
awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely going to follow them on my personal
I think we
account,
actually
too.
might get a chance to talk to her in the coming weeks.
Yeah, you should. I'll tell her it's cool.
Awesome. Put in a good word.
Yeah, I totally will. Yeah,
So,
great.
Well, Lucky, this was a lot of fun, man. This was we'll definitely have you back on in the future to just talk some pop culture stuff.
I would love it. Anytime, guys.
So, all right. Thanks for joining us tonight, man.
You